Did you know that after turning 50, your body quietly begins to rewrite its own rulebook? Processes that once worked automatically now move a little slower, cells repair themselves less efficiently, and the same lifestyle that kept you healthy at 30 may now be quietly wearing you down. Most people mistake these subtle shifts as normal aging, but scientists say as much as 70% of age-related decline is lifestyle-driven, not destiny. That means the choices you make from this decade onward determine whether you simply grow older or grow stronger. And you'll want to watch till the end, because number one will surprise you. It's the single overlooked habit that can make your body biologically younger in just months. Over the years, oxidative stress and inactivity cause them to slow down. But research from Stanford University shows that consistent, moderate physical activity can reignite mitochondrial function by up to 30%. That means brisk walking, cycling, swimming, or even energetic gardening, done for at least 150 minutes per week, literally recharges your body at the cellular level. So if you felt tired lately, don't surrender to it. Movement is your first medicine. Now, let's talk about nutrition, because after 50, quality matters far more than quantity. Your body's ability to absorb nutrients like vitamin B12, calcium, and magnesium declines with age, which can lead to fatigue, brittle bones, and even mood swings. A practical fix? Shift from a calorie-based mindset to a nutrient density mindset. Build each meal around lean proteins, colorful vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats such as olive oil and avocado. Add berries for antioxidants and fish rich in omega-3s to lower inflammation. Scientists at the University of Washington found that adults over 50 who followed a Mediterranean-style diet reduced their risk of heart disease by almost half within 5 years. Think of every meal as a prescription, each bite a small act of self-repair. Hydration often hides in plain sight. As we age, our thirst mechanism dulls, so mild dehydration becomes common without us realizing it. Even a 2% drop in hydration can reduce focus and slow reaction time. Start your day with a full glass of water before coffee. Keep a bottle nearby and flavor it with lemon or cucumber if plain water feels dull. Remember that soups, fruits, and herbal teas also count. Proper hydration supports kidney health, joint lubrication, and even smoother skin. Speaking of joints, mobility after 50 becomes a defining marker of independence. Stiff knees, sore hips, or aching shoulders aren't inevitable. They're often the result of lost muscle mass and chronic inflammation. Resistance training, using body weight, light dumbbells, or resistance bands, signals your muscles to stay active. The Mayo Clinic reports that adults who perform strength training twice a week can cut the risk of mobility loss by up to 40%. Pair this with gentle stretching or yoga to keep ligaments supple and blood flowing. Movement is more than exercise. It's communication with your body saying, "I still need you." Another essential pillar is sleep. Many people over 50 assume poor sleep is normal, but in truth, fragmented sleep accelerates aging. During deep sleep, your brain clears toxins, consolidates memory, and repairs tissue. Experts at Johns Hopkins found that adults who consistently sleep 7 to 8 hours a night have sharper cognition and stronger immune function. To improve sleep, create an environment that signals rest. Dim lights, cooler room temperature, no bright screens an hour before bed. Magnesium-rich foods like almonds or spinach can also support relaxation. Treat sleep like a nightly appointment with your body's repair crew. Skip it, and tomorrow's energy loan comes with heavy interest. Let's look at heart health, the cornerstone of vitality. Cardiovascular disease remains the top cause of death worldwide, yet it's also among the most preventable. Aerobic exercise keeps arteries flexible, while fiber from oats, beans, and fruits helps regulate cholesterol. Limit processed sugars as they inflame blood vessels. Interestingly, moderate coffee consumption, 2 cups a day, has been linked to lower cardiovascular risk. But beyond that, caffeine can disturb rhythm and sleep. Balance is key, and if you smoke, Stopping now, yes, even at 50 or 60, begins to reverse arterial damage within weeks. Brain health deserves equal attention. Memory lapses can feel frightening, but neuroplasticity means the brain can form new connections at any age. Learning a musical instrument, studying a new language, or even regularly changing your walking route challenges neural pathways. A study in neurology found that older adults engaged in mentally stimulating activities had 29% lower risk of dementia. Combine that with omega-3 fats from fish and folate from leafy greens, and you're literally feeding your brain the raw materials for renewal. Hormones also play a quiet yet powerful role after 50. For men, testosterone naturally declines, affecting energy, mood, and muscle tone. For women, menopause shifts estrogen levels, influencing bone health and sleep quality. But these changes aren't irreversible. Regular strength training and adequate protein boost natural hormone balance. Foods like flax seeds, soy, and lentils contain plant-based phytoestrogens that gently support hormonal harmony. Vitamin D and zinc aid production of both testosterone and estrogen where needed. It's a natural symphony. You simply have to keep the instruments tuned. And let's not forget gut health. Your digestive system is home to trillions of bacteria influencing immunity, weight, and even mood. After 50, gut diversity declines, making digestion slower. Adding probiotic foods, yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, introduces beneficial bacteria, while prebiotic fibers from bananas, garlic, and oats feed them. Harvard studies show that a healthy gut microbiome can lower systemic inflammation markers by up to 30%. That's fewer aches, fewer infections, and a stronger sense of well-being from the inside out. All these systems, heart, brain, hormones, gut, operate as one ecosystem. The mistake many make is treating each issue separately, chasing supplements and quick fixes. Real health is integration, not isolation. When you eat better, you sleep better. When you move daily, you think clearer. When your mind calms, your heart rate follows. Every habit amplifies the others in a positive feedback loop. That's why even small, consistent steps matter more than drastic short-term efforts. Before we move on, consider this. Scientists in Denmark tracked men and women in their 70s who began exercising only in that decade. Within 6 months, their muscle and cardiovascular markers resembled people 10 to 15 years younger. Aging is inevitable, but decline is optional. The body remains astonishingly adaptable as long as you give it a reason to adapt. Now that we've covered the physical foundations of healthy aging, let's explore the mind, the command center that influences every heartbeat, every breath, every decision. Around 50, many people notice subtle mental fog or slower recall. That's not just forgetfulness, it's your brain signaling that it needs fresh stimulation and better fuel. Remember, the brain consumes about 20% of your body's total energy. Feed it poorly and it tires quickly. Feed it wisely and it thrives. Foods rich in omega-3s, B vitamins, and antioxidants strengthen communication between neurons. Equally important is mental exercise. Reading daily, solving puzzles, or engaging in conversations that challenge your ideas. These habits maintain strong synaptic connections, which are like highways keeping thoughts moving at full speed. But let's also talk about stress, the silent accelerator of aging. When cortisol, the body's main stress hormone, stays elevated, it disrupts blood sugar, increases belly fat, and weakens immunity. Chronic stress literally shortens telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA strands that determine cellular longevity. In one landmark study, adults who practiced deep breathing and mindfulness for only 10 minutes daily showed telomere preservation comparable to people 10 years younger. The takeaway? Stress may be unavoidable, but your response to it is controllable. Techniques like meditation, prayer, slow breathing, or even spending time in nature reset cortisol levels within minutes. Try this. The next time tension rises, breathe in deeply through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale slowly for 6. That simple rhythm signals your nervous system to shift from fight or flight to rest and repair. Emotional health also depends heavily on social connection. After 50, careers slow down, children leave home, and social circles can shrink. Yet loneliness has now been proven as dangerous to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises blood pressure, weakens immunity, and increases mortality risk. The antidote is genuine connection. Meeting friends for a walk, joining community classes, volunteering, or simply calling family regularly. A long-term Harvard study tracking adults for over 75 years concluded that the quality of relationships predicted longevity better than cholesterol or wealth. The message is clear: keep your heart open and your heart will stay healthy. Let's move to your immune system, your body's personal security force. With age, immune cells become slower to respond, but lifestyle can rejuvenate them. Moderate, consistent exercise circulates immune cells through the bloodstream, identifying invaders early. Sleep gives your body time to produce infection-fighting cytokines. A balanced diet provides zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D, all vital for immunity. Sunlight exposure for 15 minutes daily can raise vitamin D levels naturally, strengthening bones and defenses alike. But avoid extremes. Overly strenuous exercise without recovery can temporarily suppress immunity, and excessive alcohol undermines white blood cell activity. Think balance. Your immune system thrives on moderation, not intensity. Another overlooked factor is posture and balance. As muscles weaken and vision changes, falls become more common. Yet simple balance training can reverse this risk dramatically. Standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, practicing heel-to-toe walking, or doing gentle Tai Chi retrains your inner ear and stabilizing muscles. The National Institute on Aging reports that older adults who perform balance exercises at least 3 times per week reduce fall risk by nearly 35%. Better balance also improves confidence. When you move securely, you move more often, and motion sustains youth. Let's talk about vision and hearing, because sensory health deeply affects independence and mood. After 50, the lenses in your eyes lose flexibility, and tiny hair cells in your ears can be damaged by decades of noise. Regular checkups every 1 to 2 years catch early changes before they become disabling. Protect eyes with foods rich in lutein and zeaxanthin found in spinach and eggs, and shield them from UV light. For hearing, limit prolonged loud volume exposure and clean ears safely. When people strain to hear or see, the brain expends extra energy, increasing fatigue and cognitive decline. Protecting your senses preserves not just perception, but mental sharpness. Now we must address chronic inflammation, often called inflammaging. It's the hidden spark behind arthritis, heart disease, and even depression. The culprits are usually refined sugar, processed fats, and sedentary habits. Anti-inflammatory foods, turmeric, garlic, ginger, leafy greens, quiet this internal fire. Regular sleep and stress control do the same. Even modest weight loss of 5% can cut inflammatory markers drastically. Imagine inflammation as rust. Your daily habits are the oil that prevents it from spreading. Next comes bone health. After 50, bone density decreases, particularly for women after menopause. But bones are living tissue. They respond to pressure. Weight-bearing exercises like walking, climbing stairs, or light strength training stimulate bone-building cells called osteoblasts. Pair exercise with calcium from dairy, tofu, or fortified plant milk, and vitamin D to aid absorption. Limit soda and excessive salt, which leach calcium. In one European study, adults over 60 who consumed enough calcium and exercised regularly had 30% fewer fractures over a decade. Strong bones mean freedom to move, travel, and live without fear of fragility. Now, let's consider metabolic health. blood sugar, blood pressure, and cholesterol. These three numbers often decide how long and how well you live. Fortunately, they are highly modifiable. Whole grains, beans, and fiber slow glucose absorption. Cinnamon and chromium may improve insulin sensitivity. Reducing sodium and increasing potassium, found in bananas, oranges, and potatoes, balances blood pressure. Replacing saturated fats with unsaturated ones, such as olive or canola oil, improves cholesterol profiles. Routine checkups every 6 months allow early detection before problems escalate. Knowledge is power. Once you know your numbers, you can steer them back toward balance. The next pillar is hydration combined with electrolyte balance. Many adults over 50 experience cramps, fatigue, or dizziness because they drink water but lack electrolytes. Adding a pinch of sea salt or drinking coconut water after sweating maintains sodium and potassium balance. Proper hydration also aids digestion and kidney function. Remember, kidneys naturally lose filtering efficiency with age. Keeping fluid flowing helps them stay clear of waste buildup. Speaking of digestion, let's return briefly to the liver, your detox powerhouse. Decades of processed foods, alcohol, or medications can burden it. Supporting liver health is simple. Limit alcohol, increase fiber, and include cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. They contain sulforaphane, a compound that activates your body's detox enzymes. Even drinking warm water with lemon in the morning stimulates gentle bile flow, preparing your system for the day's digestion. Now let's address skin health, an outward mirror of internal balance. After 50, collagen production slows, causing dryness and wrinkles. But topical creams alone can't solve it. True skin vitality starts within. Omega-3 fats maintain cell membranes, while vitamin C aids collagen synthesis. Hydration, sleep, and stress management further enhance skin elasticity. And don't forget sun protection. A daily SPF 30 prevents cumulative UV damage that accelerates aging. Glowing skin isn't vanity, it's visible proof of cellular health. Finally, for this section, consider purpose and mindset. Studies from Yale and Duke University showed that adults who maintain a positive perception of aging live 7.5 years longer on average than those with negative expectations. That's not coincidence, it's physiology. Optimistic thoughts reduce stress hormones and encourage healthier behavior. So redefine what 50 means. It's not the start of decline, it's the beginning of mastery. You've gathered decades of experience. Now your goal is to channel that wisdom into habits that let your body keep up with your mind. As we move deeper into the journey of staying strong after 50, one truth stands out above all others. Your body doesn't heal during activity, it heals during recovery. Yet many people underestimate the power of rest. They think slowing down means weakness, but in reality, rest is where growth happens. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, repairs muscle tissue, and consolidates memory. When you cut sleep short, you rob yourself of the most powerful anti-aging tool nature ever designed. Research from Stanford University shows that adults who consistently get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep have lower risks of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. So tonight, before scrolling your phone, dim the lights, stretch gently, and commit to your recovery, because every great tomorrow starts with a well-rested mind. But rest isn't just about sleep, it's about allowing balance. In the rush to maintain productivity, many people ignore signs of burnout. A rested body handles stress better, digests food efficiently, and maintains hormonal balance. Rest days between workouts prevent overuse injuries and keep joints supple. Think of recovery as an investment. You deposit energy through food and activity, but you earn interest through rest. Watch till the end, because the number one tip I'll share soon ties recovery, mindset, and biology together in a way that may truly surprise you. Let's explore a dimension that is often overlooked: hormonal harmony. For men, testosterone gradually declines after 40, affecting mood, muscle, and motivation. For women, estrogen and progesterone fluctuations after menopause influence bone density, metabolism, and heart health. While these changes are natural, they can be supported naturally too. Strength training, healthy fats like avocados and olive oil, and adequate sleep all sustain hormonal balance. Zinc and magnesium also play vital roles in hormone production. And never underestimate the effect of emotional well-being. Positive relationships and purpose can raise testosterone and estrogen naturally, without medication. The endocrine system listens closely to how you live. Now let's talk about something profoundly practical: routine medical checkups. Many people fear doctors, but preventive screenings can catch problems years before symptoms appear. For men, prostate exams and colonoscopies after 50 save lives every day. For women, mammograms and bone density tests detect silent changes early. Regular blood tests for glucose, cholesterol, and thyroid function reveal what the mirror can't. Prevention costs time, disease costs life. Don't wait for warning signs. Invest a few hours each year to ensure decades more of vitality. You might be wondering, can lifestyle really reverse aging? The answer, backed by science, is astonishingly yes, at least in part. Studies by Dr. Dean Ornish and others show that plant-based nutrition, stress management, moderate exercise, and love can lengthen telomeres, effectively slowing biological aging. That means your cells can literally act younger than your chronological age. Imagine that. The choices you make this week could influence how young you feel next year. And speaking of feeling young, let's focus on mobility and flexibility, the gateway to independence. Have you noticed how children move with ease? Bending, twisting, sitting on the floor without strain. That freedom of motion fades when we stop practicing it. Incorporating gentle stretching, yoga, or even morning mobility drills keeps joints lubricated and muscles elastic. Every time you reach, twist, or squat safely, you remind your body that it's still capable. Stiffness doesn't come from age alone, it comes from inactivity. Move daily, and your body will respond with gratitude. Another cornerstone of longevity is nutrition timing. When you eat can be just as important as what you eat. Intermittent fasting, for example, has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and trigger cellular repair through autophagy. Even a simple 12-hour overnight fast, say finishing dinner at 7 p.m. and eating breakfast at 7 a.m., gives your body time to detoxify and balance blood sugar. Listen to your body's signals instead of the clock. Eat slowly, chew thoroughly, and stop before you feel full. These small shifts reduce inflammation and give your digestive system room to breathe. Let's not forget hydration and circulation, because your blood is the river of life. Over time, reduced water intake and thickened blood flow can limit oxygen delivery to cells. Drinking enough water thins the blood slightly, improving circulation, while regular physical activity keeps arteries elastic. Add foods rich in nitrates, like beets and leafy greens, to naturally boost nitric oxide, a molecule that widens blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. The result? Better energy, sharper focus, and a stronger heart. Now, let's revisit mental sharpness, one of the most precious assets of later life. The human brain is plastic. It can form new neural connections at any age. Learning new skills, especially complex ones like playing a musical instrument or learning a language, builds cognitive reserve. Even social interactions and laughter release dopamine and serotonin, strengthening neural pathways. Protecting brain health also means managing blood sugar, as diabetes increases dementia risk. Feed your brain with both nutrients and novelty. Remember, boredom ages the mind faster than time. You might be thinking, this sounds like a lot to manage. Exercise, food, sleep, hydration, relationships. How do you keep track of it all? The secret lies in habit stacking. Instead of overhauling your life overnight, attach new habits to existing ones. For instance, stretch for 2 minutes after brushing your teeth, drink a glass of water before every meal, or take a short walk after lunch. These micro habits, repeated daily, snowball into lifelong transformation. Consistency, not intensity, defines healthy aging. Now, let's approach the emotional heart of this message. After 50, many people struggle with identity. Retirement looms, children move out, routines change. But aging isn't losing, it's evolving. This is the phase of mastery, where you've earned perspective that youth lacks. Your value now lies in wisdom, not speed. Channel that wisdom towards service, mentoring, volunteering, or teaching. Science shows that giving back releases oxytocin, a hormone that lowers stress and boosts immune function. The happiest older adults are those who stay useful, not just busy. Watch till the end, because here comes the #1 essential health tip, the one that unites body, mind, and spirit. Ready? The single most powerful predictor of longevity and happiness after 50 is purpose. Not supplements, not perfect diet, purpose. People with a clear sense of meaning, whether through family, faith, creativity, or contribution, live longer, recover faster, and face illness with resilience. Purpose reduces stress, strengthens immunity, and improves heart health. When you wake each morning knowing why you're alive, your cells literally listen. Studies in Japan's Okinawa region, the world's longest living community, reveal that their secret is ikigai, meaning a reason for being. Find yours, and aging transforms from fear to fulfillment. So take a moment. Ask yourself, what gives your life meaning now? Maybe it's watching your grandchildren grow, maybe it's finishing a project you once abandoned, or maybe it's simply taking care of your body so you can live each day with dignity. Whatever it is, nurture it. Purpose feeds your soul, and a nourished soul sustains the body. Before we close, let's wrap all these lessons into a simple truth. Health after 50 isn't about perfection, it's about direction. Every walk you take, every glass of water, every healthy meal is a vote for the future you want. Don't chase youth, chase vitality. Don't compare yourself to others, compete with your past self. You don't need to be extraordinary, you just need to be consistent. And now, the final call to action. If this message inspired you, share it with someone you care about. You never know who might need that reminder to start today. Hit that like button if you believe your best years can still lie ahead. Subscribe for more science-backed tips that empower men and women over 50 to live longer, stronger, and happier. Your journey doesn't end here, it begins anew. Every morning you choose health over habit, purpose over passivity, and hope over hesitation. Because aging isn't a countdown, it's an evolution. And the best is still to come.